one of the things that happens with a lot of women, women are in many ways dominated by their emotions, right?
Men are
absolutely dominated. Go ahead.
we are, but like
equal.
one of the things that you hear very often happens in marriages is like, there will be a bit of tension. Maybe the guy gets fired from his job. He's having a tough time finding a new one. He loses some of his confidence. She's like kind of got the ick from her husband for a bit. And then like some Chad comes into the picture and he's like, hey, and he talks to her, right? And then boom, she cheats. Happens all the time.
Hold on.
I've heard it a million times.
Men cheat more than women.
Okay, yes.
You can
apply it to both sexes, though.
Sure.
What I'm talking about, you can apply it to both sexes, and at that point in time, your history, your foundation doesn't matter. It all goes out the window the second that emotion gets
Sure, but that would be
introduced
the
into
case
mix.
whether or not we were open or closed.
Yeah.
Right? If I lose all my confidence and I turn into a loser and I just start smoking weed all day and play League of Legends, it's not like I'm going to rely on my monogamy to keep her trapped in the house.
Also, I feel like it kind of helps like having an open relationship too, because you actually get to like taste the things that you're interested in that might not be like a relationship, like you live with them or you want to have a future with them, right?
But is that sustainable?
Do you guys
Hold on, wait, don't we have the longest relationship at this table so far?
You do, but
Sure.
but like, do you guys have a high degree of confidence that your marriage will last for decades?
I mean, I married her without a prenup, so I fucking hope so. Okay, or else this motherfucker's gonna be.
Several months later.
I'm ready to lose. Here goes half my fan base today, okay? I got mega triggered by what I feel like was Melina telling me a lie 4 days ago, and I got unhinged, and I think I told her, I was like, listen, you need to be gone by the time I get back. Get all your shit, leave, blah, 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 blah. I think I didn't want to sleep that night, and I didn't. I stayed up all night. I started, like, dumping shit in chat.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about a fascinating story, guys, that I think is a great example of why the red pill exists. Now, I know a lot of people have soured on the red pill because some red pill content, at least in my opinion, has gotten a little bit too extreme, right? So I think that the red pill has been dying a little bit, and it may have just been revived by this situation involving Destiny and his wife, who, hey, I never really could call his wife in the first place because they were in an open relationship. Now, this guy, Destiny, is a blue-haired liberal who, talks about a lot of subjects. He's a very smart guy. I respect him as an intellectual. Not so much when it comes to this type of stuff, but as an intellectual, yeah, absolutely. I think he's a smart guy, right? But clearly when it comes to relationships, I think he's severely lacking common sense. And this is the reason why you have a lot of people that are very book smart, but again, they lack common sense, and therefore they still take unnecessary L's in life, even though, again, they're very smart when it comes to book stuff, but again, they're just lacking the common sense needed to not have situations like this happen to them, which is a situation that basically everybody was predicting, which is that Destiny's relationship, his open relationship with his wife, Melina, would end in divorce. It would end in a train wreck because open relationships don't work. And lo and behold, allegedly, Destiny is getting a divorce from his wife, again, after letting his wife get her cheeks clapped by other men. Again, fascinating stuff. Very easy to predict. Now, some people may be asking, why are you talking about this story? Why is this story important? Well, particularly, I think that this story is important for a variety of reasons. The main reason being that there's a culture war over the minds of young men, okay? You have different types of ideologies and perspectives that are being put out there to young men in order to navigate the modern world, because apparently young men are struggling to navigate the modern world, and a lot of young men have turned to the red pill, which basically just means being aware, right, of truth, okay, of reality. They've turned to the red pill, but you've had a lot of people push back against that and say men should not turn to the red pill because they're becoming sexist and misogynist for simply acknowledging human nature, right, and how things actually work. And some are trying to lead men down another path, which is the blue pill. And that's what Destiny represents, which is the blue pill. He's actually a guy that set out to not understand the red pill, but actually to destroy the red pill. Okay, this is what he wanted to do. This is what he was trying to do, going on red pill podcasts like the Fresh and Fit podcast or whatever podcast. He wanted to prove that hey, being a blue pill man works, okay, and the red pill is toxic and destructive, okay? And his example is that it was the fact that his open relationship was working out so well, okay? This is something he bragged about, allowing his wife to get her cheeks clapped by other men like this was going to lead to a happy and stable relationship, and men were going to be okay with that, right? Nothing bad was going to happen. It wasn't going to be a disaster. But again, the news has come out that Destiny is now getting a divorce from his wife because of what I just showed you guys. This man who, you know, seems to be very feminine. Okay, this could be a person who identifies as another gender, right? But this person apparently has taken Destiny's wife, and that's part of the reason why he is getting a divorce. And I want to read this because he posted this on Discord in regards to this situation. Quote, I'll have a small convo when I'm back about things. I'm not going to nuke Melina or anything, but the last 2 months and 2 weeks have been a massive mind F for me, watching her become obsessed with a toxic/abusive guy. When I visited Sweden last, he gave Mel an ultimatum to divorce me and then threatened to delete himself when she didn't do it. Among 20 other abusive, manipulative things he's done, and endlessly make excuses for him, so I'm out. Yeah, so I want you guys to understand what's going on here. Basically, Destiny was funding his wife sleeping with another man, okay? I want you guys to understand. When Melina talked about being able to taste different things, being in an open relationship, what she was talking about was different white sauces, right? Because that's what Destiny was allowing his wife to do, to go home and to come back with white sauce all over her lips, right? And then kiss him in the mouth, right? This is what he was allowing, okay? I'm just saying, this is what he was allowing his wife to do, okay? To get her cheeks clapped by another man. See, and this is why I say that Destiny, being, you know, a hardcore blue pill guy, he needed a red pill more than anybody. Because if he actually understood the red pill when it comes to these relationships, or was aware and acknowledged the difference between men and women and male and female nature, he would have understood that this would never work, right? This wasn't going to work because men are possessive over women, okay? A man is not going to allow a woman that he sees as his to sleep with other men. So in this case, this guy who took Destiny's wife was clapping them cheeks and got possessive over those cheeks, right? He was like, no, I don't want you to go back home to your husband and, you know, sleep with him and to be with him. And the reason why is because even despite clearly, you know, being more on the feminine side, his nature as a man is to be possessive over what he sees as his woman. He knows that allowing Melina to go back to Destiny, to go back to her husband, doesn't mean that he has true possession over her, because a man, again, does not allow his women to sleep around with other men because they understand how possessive other men are over women. It never works. Again, and this is why I said Destiny needed the RP more than anybody, because if he actually was aware and acknowledged the RP, if he wasn't seeking to destroy it, if he actually was seeking to understand it, then he would have known that this was inevitable, that this was never going to work, okay? That allowing another man to clap your woman's cheeks will never, ever, ever, ever work, okay? Because of the nature of men, okay? And also when it comes to the nature of women, no woman can actually really respect you if she knows that as a man, you're allowing her to get her cheeks clapped by other men. And no relationship will ever work if a woman does not respect her man, which brings me to this next part that I want to talk about, because lack of respect was clearly something that was a problem in this relationship from the get-go. And this is something I talked about before, and a lot of people criticized me for talking about it. I'm going to play the video that I think really kind of told me in my mind that this was going to be a disaster and that she don't respect this guy at all. But I want to read this first, okay? He goes on to say, Josh, yeah, me discovering boundaries was the death nail in this relationship. Again, imagine letting your wife get her cheeks clapped by other men, and then all of a sudden you want to establish boundaries, right? It's a little bit too late for that. She already doesn't respect you, so therefore she's not going to respect these boundaries that you're now trying to apply when you basically said there are no boundaries. You can do whatever you want, okay? I don't care. And again, that's the problem, right? This is naivete, right? This is naivete. Again, this is supposed to be a relationship expert. This is a person out here that's supposed to be guiding young men, but clearly he's lost, right? He's lost on very basic things, okay? Destiny says, Sleep run. Why? This proves every point I've ever made. Girls can leave you for jobless, manipulative losers if they just play their cards right. Then that said, yeah, I just wanted a massive therapy session to see if I could express myself better and iron out some boundaries. But it's hard for me to ask for anything if I've been a pushover for so many years. Yeah, exactly. Right? Exactly. You've been a pushover for so many years. And I knew that this was the case when I did a reaction video to this man allowing another man to dance with his wife in front of his face. And again, a lot of people gave me heat for making that video. But I made that video because the point of the video was that there's no way that you could have a lasting relationship when your wife clearly does not respect you as a man. And that video showed you everything that you need to know about the lack of respect that she had for this guy. Take a look.
You ever taken any dance classes?
I used to compete in ballroom dancing.
Hey!
So I know all of the
You and Ayla.
dances. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you guys over here
Isn't
just
that
fucking
weird?
perfect forms?
I haven't done it in so long though.
Wait, what kind of ballroom? What are you doing?
All the 10 dances. I was competing all of them.
That's a lot. Which
Yeah.
one's your favorite? You one of them foxtrot
My
motherfuckers? You be
favorite
like,
one? I don't know if I had a favorite one.
you ever seen her
They're
dance?
all very different. No, you've never seen it. I haven't done it in years, is the thing. So I'm very curious if I started. But like I can understand, like if we danced, you would be able to like what do you
Lead
call
you.
it? Like yeah, exactly, really well, because I would probably figure out like the basic steps and I would figure out like how to do everything.
All right, let's
Even
find
though
out.
No.
Find out.
No, we gotta find out.
Uh-oh.
No. Okay.
Mel
Why
time.
would I say this?
Mel time.
Okay.
It's
All right.
it's
What's that?
Okay.
it's Mel
Oh, she
time.
got the
Yeah.
form. Okay.
Alright.
So we're just doing salsa. We're just going.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey.
Right? It kind
See?
of works. Yeah.
5, 6,
Maybe.
7, 1. 5, 6, 7, 1. 5, 6, 7. Hey, she can really do it.
Nice.
She can really do
Really
it.
kinda
No,
do
don't be so
it.
shy. You got this.
Because I've done it so long.
That's fine. That's fine. I can tell you were like a little bit stressed, but you good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
done
want
it
to know
so
how
long.
she knew what she was doing? She did this. She went. That's how I knew, man. She started flexing them shoulders and them traps. I was like, oh, she not fucking playing.
Damn. I was getting footage for his next cuck video on me. Thanks. I see what's going on here.
Oh my God, he let his wife dance with another
Bro.
man.
He said, "In what? You want to
They
slap her
make it
next?"
sound like we was grinding or some shit. Like, yo, chill, be easy.
Chill, be easy. While I'm taking your wife. While I'm making moves on your wife. Chill, be easy. That's what those dudes or those friends, that's what those friends say that, you know, are trying to take your girl, right? They try to make moves on your girl behind your back or in front of your face. Nah, be easy. You overreacting, you overthinking it, okay? And it just continues to progress and progress and progress. You know, they're hanging out together, studying together. Oh, chill, be easy, okay? Next thing you know, you catch them hanging out, you know, each other's houses. Oh, no, chill, be easy. And then you catch them in bed together. They're going to be like, nah, chill, be easy. It's just a tip, right? It's just a tip. You're overreacting. You're overreacting. That's always how it goes. And the reason why I know this is because I've had a lot of life experience, right? I've been around the block. I know how this goes, okay? And that's why, you know, I was kind of surprised when I caught some backlash in the comment section when I made my initial reaction video to that video of Destiny clearly looking very lost, okay? He was dying inside as his wife was dancing with another man, because basically people like Destiny are, in my opinion, trying to lead young men down the blue pill path that I think is not compatible with the nature of men. And I think that it's just as bad as leading men to the extreme red pill, right? I think it's just as bad. And I think situations like this are exactly what I'm talking about, because the fact that his wife would even get up and dance with another man in front of her husband while on a stream tells you everything you need to know about her respect towards him, and that she does not respect him. But how can she respect him when she knows that he has no boundaries for her, right? Because, you know, given the situation, just what I can see from a looks perspective, without Destiny being a famous streamer, right? She's probably out of his league, okay? But with him being a famous streamer, making millions of dollars, he might probably be above her, okay? But again, if you take the money out of it, she knows that he's punching above his weight in regards to what he could normally get if he wasn't a famous person. So it's almost as if Destiny allowed all this. He didn't want any boundaries so that he could say that, oh, well, I'm with this beautiful woman that I otherwise wouldn't be with. And by the way, it's obvious that she's only with me because I'm famous and I make a lot of money and I pay for her lifestyle, including for her to get her cheeks clapped by other men, and also the fact that she got a green card by marrying me. And this is proof that the blue pill works, okay? This is proof that you don't have to adhere to traditional gender roles and the understanding of men and women and how we're supposed to function together and be in relationships. Nah. I don't need boundaries, okay? I don't need boundaries for her at all. But see, again, what he doesn't understand is the fact that he did not set boundaries. That is the reason why the relationship fell apart, is because clearly she did not respect him because he did not set boundaries. A woman cannot respect a man that allows her to get her cheeks clapped by another man, okay? Women want to have boundaries set on them by men that they like, okay? Key point here. Men that she likes, okay? If she actually really likes you, she is not going to mind you setting boundaries, because those boundaries means that you care about her. You legitimately care about her enough that you're not just going to let her do whatever she wants to do, okay? A man that just allows his woman to do whatever she wants to do, to be ultra liberated, will not respect a man that allows her to do that, right? And if a woman does not respect you as a man, it ain't ever going to work. Okay, this is what it leads to, okay? Her getting her cheeks clapped by another man who will set those boundaries on her, which is what this guy did. He set those boundaries on her that Destiny did it, okay? And he did that because, again, the nature of a man is to be possessive over his woman, and that's what he did. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that is what led to this divorce, and probably a bunch of other things as well, too. But all this stuff could have been avoided had Destiny not just allow himself to be run over, had he not just allow his woman to get her cheeks clapped by other men, and actually laid out these boundaries from the beginning and demanded that respect. And if she didn't want to respect him, if she did not want to submit to him and his authority, then she can leave and he would have dodged the bullet. He would have saved himself the humiliation and embarrassment of having to go through this because he would have weeded her out from the beginning as somebody that you can't make a relationship work with, right? When you're allowing her to be so liberated that, again, she's coming home with white sauce on her lips. I mean, that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. She kissing you in the mouth. Again, that is just the ultimate disrespect. It ain't gonna work, right? No bueno. It's not gonna work, okay? So with that being said, it's fascinating because this guy used his relationship as an example of why this can work, okay? Why you don't need the RP, why the RP is toxic, how, blue pill guys can make it work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He uses relationship as an example why it can be successful. But now, considering that his relationship is headed for a divorce, at least as of right now, I think that it's fair to point out that his relationship is an example why it can't work, right? And I actually think that the blue pill is just as toxic as the extreme red pill. This is why, for myself, I consider myself to be in between the traditional conservative or tradcon and red pill, right? I feel like I'm right there in the middle. I think that tradcons really lack understanding of modern day dating dynamics and what young men are particularly going through in the dating market. But I do think that tradcons get it right in regards to the nuclear family structure being the basis of society and how we should strive for, more people to be married, men and women to be together and to be in long relationships without divorcing each other. I do think that tradcons get that right in regards to what the overall ideal society is. I think red pill, I think they're more aware of the traditional dating dynamics that men are experiencing and the problems that young men are experiencing when it comes to dating and marriage and staying married. But I think that when it comes to the red pill, there are some problems when it gets too extreme, right? It almost seems like they just hate women for being women, okay? And instead of actually trying to guide young men on how to accumulate more leverage over women, which I think is what it takes for a man to be in a successful long-term relationship with a woman, which is just, you just need more leverage, especially when you're talking about trying to get a woman to adhere to the traditional role of a woman or to be a traditional woman. Yeah, it's important as a man that you have as much leverage as possible. And this is why I think the beauty of the red pill is in self-improvement, not in, the whole, women bashing thing, right? But more in the fact that, hey, just self-improve, improve as much as you can, be somebody that's irreplaceable and is less likely that a woman will try to replace you, okay? I'm just saying, I think that's what the beauty of it is when it comes to certain things like self-improvement. So with that being said, the point of this video is that I think what Destiny shows is that just like the extreme red pill, the blue pill is also extreme, and it doesn't lead to good outcomes for men. This is probably why you should not be extreme in any ideology, and any ideology taken to the extreme is probably not going to be a good thing, right? So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.